The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. William James. Did you know the average person spends 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're currently doing? That's nearly half our lives lost in a mental fog, adrift in a sea of distractions. Ever felt like you're constantly battling an invisible force, a relentless pull towards the unimportant, the urgent, the downright distracting? We live in a world of constant bombardment. Notifications, emails, social media, the endless chatter of the news cycle, all vying for our attention. In fact, research indicates the average person checks their phone a staggering 58 times per day. But what if I told you the key to attracting what you truly want lies not in chasing after every shiny object, but in mastering the art of letting go? In this age of information overload, our minds are like overstimulated toddlers in a toy store, flitting from one thing to another without truly engaging with anything. This is where selective attention comes in. It's the ability to focus on what truly matters while filtering out the noise. Think of it as a mental spotlight, illuminating the path towards your goals while leaving the distractions in the shadows. Selective attention isn't just some trendy self-help buzzword. It's a cognitive superpower with deep roots in our neurobiology. At the heart of this ability lies the reticular activating system, RAS, a network of neurons in our brainstem that acts like a gatekeeper for our consciousness. The RAS filters the constant barrage of sensory information, deciding what gets through to our conscious awareness and what gets relegated to the background. It's what allows us to focus on a conversation in a noisy room or notice our name being called from across the street. Strengthening our selective attention is like fine-tuning our RAS, training it to prioritize the signals that matter most. This allows us to become more efficient, more creative, and more present in our lives. When we master selective attention, we become masters of our own destiny. We gain clarity, make better decisions, and experience a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. But mastering this superpower is easier said than done. We're constantly besieged by distractions, both internal and external. Our phones buzz with notifications, our inboxes overflow with emails, and our minds race with to-do lists and anxieties. It's like trying to meditate in the middle of a rock concert. Technology, while a marvel of modern innovation, can be a double-edged sword. Social media, with its endless scroll of curated perfection, can leave us feeling inadequate and anxious. A study by the University of Pennsylvania found that limiting social media use to 30 minutes a day significantly reduced feelings of loneliness and depression. Multitasking, often touted as a productivity booster, is actually a productivity killer, fragmenting our focus and diminishing our cognitive abilities. Research by Stanford University has shown that heavy multitaskers are less efficient at filtering out irrelevant information and switching between tasks, ultimately hindering their performance by up to 40%. And then there's the sheer volume of information we're bombarded with daily, the equivalent of 174 newspapers worth, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and mentally exhausted. Interestingly, research suggests that the constant stimulation of the digital age may be shaping attention spans across generations. A study published in the journal Nature in 2015 found that the average attention span has decreased from 12 seconds in the year 2000 to just 8 seconds in 2013. This raises concerns about our collective ability to focus and engage in deep thought. However, it's important to note that not all cultures experience this attention deficit to the same degree. Societies with strong traditions of mindfulness and contemplative practices, such as those found in many Eastern cultures, often demonstrate greater capacity for sustained attention. For instance, Buddhist monks, who engage in rigorous meditation practices, have been shown to have increased gray matter density in brain regions associated with attention and emotional regulation. This highlights the potential for cultivating focus and attention through intentional practices. These distractions are like invisible chains, binding us to a cycle of reactivity and preventing us from focusing on what truly matters. They keep us stuck in a state of busyness without real progress, leaving us feeling frustrated and unfulfilled. So how do we break free from these chains and reclaim our focus? It starts with recognizing that selective attention is like a muscle. It needs to be trained and strengthened. Here are a few techniques to help you hone your focus and become a master of your attention. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about becoming aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting carried away by them. Think of it as mental decluttering, creating space for clarity and focus. Start with simple exercises like mindful breathing or body scan meditations. Notice the rise and fall of your breath, the sensations in your body, the sounds around you. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to the present moment. With consistent practice, you'll develop a greater awareness of your mental processes, making it easier to identify and disengage from distractions. Neuroscience research has shown that mindfulness practices can actually alter the structure and function of the brain, increasing gray matter density in areas associated with attention and emotional regulation. In fact, a 2021 study found that mindfulness can reduce stress by 20% and improve sleep quality by 10%. Not all tasks are created equal. Prioritization is about identifying the most important tasks and focusing your energy on those. It's about saying no to the unimportant so you can say yes to what truly matters. One effective technique is the Eisenhower matrix, which categorizes tasks into 4 quadrants: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. Focus on the important and urgent tasks first, then schedule time for the important but not urgent ones. Delegate or eliminate the rest. Our environment plays a crucial role in our ability to focus. A cluttered workspace, a noisy environment, or constant interruptions can sabotage our best efforts. Creating a conducive environment for focus is like setting the stage for a successful performance. Start by decluttering your workspace. Remove any unnecessary items, organize your desk, and create a sense of order and calm. Minimize distractions by turning off notifications, closing unnecessary tabs, and finding a quiet space to work. Consider using noise-canceling headphones or listening to calming music to create a focused atmosphere. Studies have shown that even something as simple as having a plant in your workspace can improve concentration by 15% and reduce stress levels. This time management method involves working in focus bursts with short breaks in between. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work on a single task with complete concentration. Then take a 5-minute break to stretch, walk around, or simply relax. Repeat this cycle 4 times, then take a longer break of 20 to 30 minutes. This technique helps to break down large tasks into manageable chunks and prevent mental fatigue, aligning with research that suggests our brains function optimally in cycles of focus and rest. This involves training your mind to resist the urge to give in to distractions. One way to do this is through urge surfing. When you feel the urge to check your phone or browse the internet, acknowledge the urge without acting on it. Notice the sensations in your body and the thoughts in your mind. Like a wave, the urge will eventually subside. With practice, you'll develop the mental strength to resist distractions and stay focused on the task at hand. This aligns with cognitive behavioral therapy techniques that emphasize recognizing and managing unhelpful thought patterns. But here's the surprising twist, the key insight that can unlock a whole new level of focus: letting go. It sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? How can letting go help us focus? The answer lies in understanding the nature of our distractions. Most of our distractions stem from a fear of missing out, FOMO, a need to control, or an attachment to outcomes. We cling to our thoughts, our worries, our desires, believing that holding on tightly will somehow bring us closer to what we want. But the truth is, the more we grasp, the more elusive our goals become. Our minds become cluttered with anxieties. Our energy gets dissipated in 1,000 different directions, and we lose sight of what truly matters. Letting go is about releasing our attachment to these distractions. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan, that things will unfold as they should. It's about surrendering to the present moment and allowing ourselves to be fully present with whatever we're doing. This doesn't mean giving up on our goals or becoming passive observers in our own lives. It simply means releasing the need to control every aspect of our journey and trusting the process. When we let go of our anxieties and fears, we free up mental space for clarity, creativity, and focus. Think of it like this. Imagine you're holding a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the more sand slips through your fingers. But if you open your hand and relax your grip, the sand remains in your palm. Similarly, when we let go of our need to control, we create space for our goals to manifest. This concept aligns with psychological principles of acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, which emphasizes accepting difficult thoughts and feelings rather than struggling against them. I experienced this firsthand a few years ago when I was working on a particularly challenging project. I was feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of work, the tight deadlines, and the constant pressure to perform. I was working long hours, sacrificing sleep and neglecting my health, all in the pursuit of success. But the more I pushed, the more stressed and anxious I became. My focus was fragmented, my creativity stifled, and my productivity plummeted. I was caught in a vicious cycle of overwork and diminishing returns. One evening, after another frustrating day at work, I decided to take a break and go for a walk in the park. As I strolled through the trees, listening to the birdsong and feeling the gentle breeze on my face, I realized how tightly I was holding on to my anxieties and fears. I was so focused on the outcome, on achieving success, that I had lost sight of the joy of the journey. In that moment, I decided to let go. I surrendered to the present moment, releasing my worries and fears. I allowed myself to simply be, to appreciate the beauty of my surroundings, and to connect with the peace within. And something amazing happened. As I let go of my anxieties, a sense of calm washed over me. My mind became clear, my creativity sparked, and new ideas began to flow. When I returned to work the next day, I felt refreshed and energized. I was able to focus with renewed clarity and tackle the project with a sense of ease and confidence. This experience taught me a powerful lesson. Letting go is not about giving up. It's about creating space for something new to emerge. It's about trusting the process and allowing ourselves to be guided by our intuition. Imagine a life where focus is not a struggle, but a natural state of being. Where your mind is clear, your energy is aligned, and you move through your days with a sense of purpose and ease. This is the power of mastering selective attention. In this future, your relationships blossom. You're truly present with your loved ones, listening deeply and connecting authentically. Conversations are rich and meaningful, free from the distractions of technology and the anxieties of the day. You experience a deeper sense of intimacy and connection, fostering stronger bonds and more fulfilling relationships. Your career flourishes. You approach your work with laser focus, tackling challenges with creativity and efficiency. You're no longer bogged down by distractions or overwhelmed by information overload. Instead, you flow through your tasks with ease, experiencing a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Your productivity soars, your creativity blossoms, and you achieve your goals with greater ease and satisfaction. Your mental health thrives. You're no longer a slave to your anxieties and fears. Instead, you cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. You navigate challenges with grace and equanimity, knowing that you have the mental strength to overcome any obstacle. You experience greater emotional stability, reduced stress, and a deeper sense of well-being. This is the cascading effect of mastering selective attention. It's not just about getting more done. It's about living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. It's about tapping into your inner potential and creating a life of purpose, joy, and abundance. Mastering selective attention is not just about getting more done. It's about living a more fulfilling life. When we're able to focus on what truly matters, we experience a deeper sense of purpose and meaning. We become more present in our relationships, more engaged in our work, and more attuned to the beauty of the world around us. Here are just a few of the benefits you can expect when you cultivate the power of focus. Enhanced productivity. Focus allows you to accomplish more in less time, leading to greater efficiency and effectiveness. Improved creativity. A focused mind is a fertile ground for new ideas and innovative solutions. Reduce stress. When you're focused on the present moment, you're less likely to get caught up in worries and anxieties. Stronger relationships. Focused attention allows you to be fully present with the people you love, deepening your connections and creating more meaningful interactions. Greater self-awareness. By paying attention to your thoughts and feelings, You gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your motivations. Increased happiness. Focus allows you to savor the good moments and appreciate the simple pleasures in life, leading to greater happiness and fulfillment. In the words of the ancient philosopher Lao Tzu, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Letting go is not about becoming passive or complacent. It's about aligning ourselves with the natural rhythm of life. It's about trusting the process, embracing the journey, and allowing ourselves to be guided by our inner wisdom. This echoes the Buddhist principle of non-attachment, where we release our clinging to desires and outcomes, finding liberation in the present moment. As Eckhart Tolle wisely states, stress is caused by being here, but wanting to be there. By embracing the now, we free ourselves from the tyranny of the mind and its incessant demands. But the wisdom of letting go extends beyond Eastern traditions. The Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. This echoes the modern psychological concept of locus of control, where individuals with an internal locus of control believe they have agency over their lives, while those with an external locus of control feel powerless against external forces. By cultivating an internal locus of control through practices like mindfulness and selective attention, we empower ourselves to shape our own destinies. So, the next time you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by distractions, remember the power of letting go. Release your anxieties, surrender to the present moment, and trust that the universe has a plan. By mastering the art of selective attention, you'll not only attract what you want, but you'll also discover a deeper sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment along the way. You'll find that the path to achieving your goals lies not in forceful striving, but in mindful surrender to the flow of life.